All right, let's dive into a really critical moment in Judean history, straight from the account of the historian Flavius Josephus. We're going to see how, in the court of Julius Caesar himself, the entire fate of a kingdom can hang on a single, dramatic decision.
So just picture this scene for a moment. You've got two groups fighting for control of Judea. And where do they take their case? Right to the feet of the most powerful man in the world at the time, Julius Caesar. Now, this isn't some dry legal proceeding. No, this is high-stakes political drama where the winner takes everything.
So, the show begins, and the first person to speak is a man with a serious bone to pick, a prince who is absolutely convinced that his birthright has been stolen right out from under him.
And that man is Antigonus, the son of the king who'd been kicked out, Aristobulus. Now listen, he's not here to beg for mercy or ask for a handout. Nope, he's on the attack. He's here to take down the two men he blames for his family's ruin.
Okay, so let's break down who's who in this little drama. First, you've got Antigonus, the claimant, determined to get his kingdom back. Then you have the establishment. That's Hyrcanus, the high priest, who's kind of the face of the operation, giving it all a sense of legitimacy. But the real brains, the true strategist, is his right-hand man, Antipater, a guy with huge ambitions, not just for himself, but for his entire family.
Antigonus is smart. He knows that to have any chance, he can't just go after the figurehead, Hyrcanus. He has to discredit the puppet master, Antipater. And so, he lays out his case, right there in front of Caesar.
And his argument is pretty clever. First, he paints Antipater and Hyrcanus as these awful tyrants who stole his family's throne. But here's the real dagger. He claims their recent support for Caesar over in Egypt wasn't about loyalty at all. He says it was just a desperate move to make Caesar forget that they used to be allied with his biggest rival, Pompey. He's essentially trying to poison the well, suggesting their loyalty is totally fake, just a matter of convenience.
I mean, think about it. Put yourself in Antipater's shoes. Antigonus has just accused you of the ultimate sin in Caesar's world, disloyalty. The accusation is just hanging there in the air. The pressure must be immense. What do you even say to that? How could you possibly defend yourself?
Well, what happens next is just pure political genius. It's a move so shocking, so powerful, that it completely flips the script. Antipater seems to know that words can be twisted, that arguments can be debated, so he decides to speak a completely different language.
He doesn't say a single thing. He just walks forward and rips his clothes open. He's about to make an argument that no one can deny, because it's literally carved into his own skin.
Josephus tells us that Antipater revealed a body that was just covered in wounds. And these weren't the marks of some sheltered politician. No way. These were the scars of a soldier, a warrior who had clearly fought and bled for Rome and for Caesar.
And this is the core of his entire defense. It's absolutely brilliant. He's basically saying, you want to know about my loyalty? Don't listen to that guy's words. Look at me. Look at my body. My scars scream louder than he ever could. It's just a stunning, silent comeback.
So let's compare these two strategies, right? On one hand, you have Antigonus using words, trying to create doubt about Antipater's motives. But on the other hand, Antipater brings out undeniable physical proof of his commitment. He's not appealing to politics, he's appealing to a shared sense of military honor. For a Roman general like Caesar, that kind of physical proof of courage and sacrifice was always going to outweigh a political speech.
And just like that, the contest is over. The silent testimony has been heard, and now the supreme judge, Caesar himself, is ready to give his verdict.
And the judgment comes down fast. You have to remember, Caesar was a man who valued action and loyalty above all else. He'd seen more than enough.
And it's a total victory for Antipater's side. Hyrcanus gets to keep his title, sure, but the real prize goes to Antipater. He's given this new, powerful Roman title, procurator of all Judea. That basically makes him the official governor, Rome's guy in charge. And letting them rebuild Jerusalem's walls, that's a huge symbol of this new Roman-approved power.
But Caesar doesn't just say it, he makes it permanent. He actually orders the whole decree to be engraved right there in the Capitol in Rome. This makes it an official, irreversible part of Roman law. Antipater's power is now, quite literally, set in stone, a public record of his loyalty in the eyes of Rome.
So this all leaves us with a massive question, doesn't it? In that moment, Caesar thought he was just rewarding a loyal ally. But in doing that, did he also accidentally create a new, powerful, and ruthless dynasty that would come to dominate Judea for decades?
Because this man, Antipater, well, he had a son, a young man named Herod, the same Herod we now know as Herod the Great. This moment, this defense written in scars, this was the real beginning of that family's climb to absolute power.